We get going with the Ouyen United Kangas report in the Sunraysia Football and Netball League, and it is Dino Jardine who is with me. G'day, Dean. How are you?
Good, thanks, mate. How are you?
Yeah, always good on Friday night and repeat Saturday morning when we're talking country football. Albeit, we haven't had a lot of joy from the senior side from the Ouyen United Kangas. And last week, as we sort of look at this week not having local matches because of the interleague side, we'll spend a bit of time having a look at last week's games. And, gee, Dean, South Mildura, if you don't mind, 21-12, 138 to beat the Kangas 8-10-58. It was probably the biggest walloping you've had in a long time.
Yeah, it was, mate. Yeah, obviously disappointed, but full credit to South. They came out to play right from the start, and I think, as we've touched on, mate, they've got some really quality players this year, and they're a well-drilled side, and once they got their tails up, they were on a mission, so all credit to them. Obviously disappointed with our game, though.
Yeah, you would be disappointed. But let's have a look at South just firstly. I mean, Matt Spenceley, he's come across from Waikerie in the Riverland of SA. He kicked 5. This Matty Min from another Riverland boy in SA from Barmera Monash, booted 4. A couple of their better players is Kyle. He was one of their recruits into the club. Spenceley, Curtis, Nolan. They've assembled a really, really frontline side with the fact of the year off. And I think they certainly look like a finals-bound team to me.
Yeah, they do, mate. I think they've got it right this year. Obviously, they've brought in some quality players, and they've got some good local kids that have been there for a few years as well coming through. So I think they're actually pretty well balanced this side. I think this year they've got it right.
I think they have. I want to talk about local kids on your side of the ledger. Great to see young Tate Hullen kick his first senior goal. Well done to the young man. He booted 2, and Brady with a couple too. And Liam Munro, now he's been a really, really good young player that's come up through the ranks, and he's playing some good football right now.
He is, mate, for sure. So, it was exciting for Tate on Saturday. Obviously, young kid playing tough position, playing centre forward for us. He kicked 2 of our 8, so he was good again. But, Liam's just going ahead in leaps and bounds. He's sort of playing key back, mate. He's our go-to man when someone's getting away. So he's off to a fine start this year. He's been really good.
I certainly has been. I'll tell you what, you've had a lot of good players in your reserve grade, and this is one of the things, I suppose, at senior level you can sometimes be struggling, but down into the reserves, I think they've been the revelation already to this part of the year for the Ouyen United Kangas. You came up against this really good South Mildura side, 14-6 to 6-7, but from what I'm told, you weren't far off the mark, and South have got a really good list this year in this particular grade. Yeah,
they do, yeah. I think they're undefeated. Obviously, we were going in, but they got the jump early. But credit to our guys, they fought back really hard. And I think at three-quarter time, we dominated the play, and I think we missed 4 or 5 pretty gettable shots. So you put a few of them through, and all of a sudden it's even at three-quarter time, and anything could have happened. But it was a good game, good challenge for the guys. Obviously, it's always nice to be reminded where you're at. Two's boys have had a big week on the track, and they'll be pretty keen to get back out there and make amends for it next weekend.
I reckon they will. I looked through the list and I saw that you've got Timmy Gloucester, one of your better players this year. He's played a lot of senior football out of the back pocket. Will Grigg can really get the ball playing in the reserves amongst your better players. Brownie and the better players too there, and Jay Morris. So you got some talent in the reserves that could step up to senior football in the next few weeks as you undertake this injury situation that you have.
Yeah, for sure, mate. That's obviously the beauty to it. Obviously this year, things haven't really gone to plan. We have had quite a few injuries early on, which is never nice. So I think we had about 6 out on Saturday, but that's good with the reserves obviously playing good footy, and them guys have all got a lot of senior experience. It's just guys that have gone back through unavailability or just have a full game and find some form. So we're definitely going to be rewarding the guys that are playing well in the reserves, and there'll be plenty of opportunities. So there'll definitely be some changes again next week. Yeah, I know that last week was it in senior football, Dallas Wilsmore. I reckon the first contest of your match, he was got the concussion rule, unfortunately. And how is Dallas after that hit? Is he okay? Yeah, he's okay, mate. Obviously, he's disappointed. He was in the interleague squad, so he was pretty excited to represent the footy club and the league in the interleague match. So yeah, naturally he's disappointed, but he'll be fine. Obviously, it's the 12-day mandatory rule he'll out for, so he won't be training or anything. But it should be good for next game.
Yeah, certainly will. The other player, Luke Stanbridge, I think, was also, he tore his hamstring in loss to South Mildura. He was another of the interleague players. Have they added, is it Bradley Valance and Alex Morris have been added to the interleague side?
Yeah, so both them boys were in the initial squads, but obviously Brad had been sort of carrying a few niggles throughout the year, but Alex was in there right from the start. I think he's actually starting on ball, which is a great effort for him, and Brad's got through the last two games, and he's actually feeling really good in himself, so he's made himself available, and I think he's lining up at full forward.
Oh, he might just start to put some of those big ones through in the interleague. When we come back to your next game against Imperials, we might see the great man down there helping the young Hullen boy to be a very, very formidable forward line for the Kangas to get their season back on track. I want to go now to under-18s because in this particular grade we've seen some really good performances. And I think when we sort of looked at it at the start of the year, we were wondering just where your wins, maybe apart from the A grade, would come from, but the senior side has struggled. But in the context of the season, your lads come against South Mildura. They lost at 10-9 to 6-5, but again, I'm told that they put in a really, really good performance, particularly after half-time, and they certainly weren't disgraced.
No, they weren't. They were. They put in a really good effort again. It's never nice not making excuses, but I think they had four key players out again, the boys. So, four key players in under-8 footy is a massive difference. So full credit to the guys up there. They matched them for most of the game, but put a couple of them key kids back in there, and I think that game probably could have went either way, mate. So yeah, the boys are cracking along nicely. Benny's doing a great job with them, and pretty proud of their efforts so far this year. So hopefully they can keep improving.
Yeah, I tell you what, if it's Benny Mole coaching him, who have him running through brick walls by the end of the season, young Grace is already doing that. He's a star, this kid. He kicked 3 goals, and Smith with a couple, not bad either. Clark got a single one. The two Mildy boys, I guess they've got some talent, these lads, and young Deal and Farnsworth also. Yeah,
they certainly do. They've got a good even match across a lot of them kids, so Mildy boys have been a nice addition. They've joined us from Murrayville, so they're both cracking little players, and they both have a crack every week, which is really good, like the other boys.
Yeah, great to see them put that effort in and come the distance from over there near the border and come all the way down the Mallee track to play some footy at the Kangas. Over in the 16 grade, there wasn't a match last weekend in this particular age group, but and it's been hard to get a team on the park most weeks in this group, hasn't it, through the season?
It has been, mate. Yeah, just obviously due to lack of numbers. So I think a couple of the top kids go up, and I think Joel Grace might be still under 16s actually. So
yeah.
Him and he's gone up and he's got best on ground in the under 18s. So it shows that them kids are ready, but as well as a couple drop back into the under 14s as well to help out there. So it's good that the under 14 boys had a game on Saturday.
Yeah, let's have a look at the under-14 lads because, as you say, they're actually starting to get some good football into these kids. 12-8 to South 3-2-20. But in the end, this was another good little effort from these young kids, and I met a few of them when I was out at the training night. And I'll tell you what, young O'Shannessy can play. Young Valance is good. This O'Callahan's not bad. Hastings and Catanach is also pretty good too.
Yeah, no, they've got a good bunch of young fellas there, mate. But same thing, mate. We know South they're strong every year in their juniors. They got lots of numbers. A bit like the Orimples and Robinvales and clubs like that. So it's always a tough ask. But I think in the junior grades that played, the boys all competed really hard and still had a few opportunities and shots on goal, which is always nice.
Nice to see. A couple of Shattuck boys in the team and also a D Latter. How about that? Another D Latter. If he's anything like the other D Latter from the old Underbull days, he'll have some go in him. Yeah,
he's a nephew, so yeah, he certainly will have
He will, that's for sure, and a greyling in that side too. All right, we've got the interleague this weekend, then back next week. In terms of interleague, all the very best to Alex Morris and Brad Valance taking part in that, and Dino Jardine. We'll look forward to talking to you about the Imperials game, a must-win for you at your home deck next time round, and we'll catch up then.
Sounds good, mate. Thank you.